ornaments, so don't get too elaborate with the window. Soon we'll have to advertise Christmas projects for the procrastinators. Shelley picked up the stack of display items Margot had chosen and went to the front window. "Ooh, I think I like this one for myself," she said a minute later. Margot looked up to see her holding a counted cross-stitch pattern featuring an enormous pale moon, with a silhouetted witch riding her broom across it. In the foreground was a heap of pumpkins out of which rose a wind-blown scarecrow. "You'll have to do it on black," warned Margot. "Yeah, well, I've been thinking of buying one of those Dazor lamps anyway," said Shelley. She traced the tatters of the scarecrow with a finger. "Isn't this just beautiful?" "Shall I deduct it from your pay?" "Let me think about it. Maybe I won't have time." Margot laughed. Shelley sounded almost hopeful. Shelley Donahue was a schoolteacher who'd taken this part-time job to earn a little spending money over the summer. She'd spent most of it on floss and counted cross-stitch patterns. "How many did you order?" she asked. "Only 3. Not many people like working on black." "Ask me again, when there's only one left." Shelley turned to find a place in the window to hang the pattern. The shop fell silent except for classical music coming from a radio tucked under a table near the back. Mozart's Flute Concerto, played on a flute for a change. After a while, Margot put down her needles to spread the jacket on the work table. Was it done? She reached into a basket on the table, and among the scissors, marking pencils, knitting needles, and all, found a fabric measuring tape. "I thought I'd find your sister here when I came in," Shelley said. "Yes, I've been thinking she might be here today." Margot stretched the tape down the back of the jacket. "When did you last hear from her?" "Day before yesterday. She was in Las Vegas." She adjusted the jacket to measure the front. "Did she win?" "Perhaps just one more row. Then she would bind off." "Oh, I don't know. She didn't say anything about gambling." "Is she the sort to gamble?" "A year ago, I would have said yes, definitely. But I'm not so sure now." Margot tucked the tape measure back into the basket and sat down to resume knitting. Shelley made a concerned face and said, "Oh, Margot, is she coming because she's broke?" Shelley had a cousin who mooched. Margot considered that. "No, I think she's at loose ends right now, and just doesn't know what she wants to do next." Betsy was Margot's only sibling, her elder by 2 years. They had been close as children, despite having very different personalities. Margot had been the placid and obedient one. Betsy had been impulsive and adventurous. At 18, Betsy had run away to join the Navy. A year later, she married a sailor in one of those hasty Justice of the Peace ceremonies, phoning home with the news only afterward. This completed the breach between Betsy and her parents, which was some years healing. Margot had lived at home until she finished college, then married the boy she'd dated since junior high. The sisters had stayed in touch over the years, but had not seen much of one another. Betsy's first marriage hadn't lasted long. She had moved around a lot, and then wrote of belated plans to get a degree. The Christmas after that, she announced her marriage to a college professor. Letters were fewer after that, and less exciting. Margot had thought Betsy settled at last. Then, just a few weeks ago, Betsy had written a long letter. Her college professor husband had fallen in love with one of his students and was divorcing Betsy. Apparently there had been a pattern of affairs with students, so Betsy was letting him go. The tone of this letter was very unlike Betsy's normal, cheery exuberance. She sounded sad and tired. Margot, worried, wrote back at once and, after an exchange of letters, invited her sister to come for an extended visit. Betsy's reply, "Keep a light on for me. I'll be there in a week or 10 days." That had been just over a week earlier. "Funny that," Shelley was saying. "Funny what?" Shelley's voice thinned as she strained to put a clear suction cup with a hook on it way up near the top of the window. "It's usually